The situation in Crimea is spiraling out of control, with Ukraine escalating it to a military crisis. On Tuesday, first death was reported, with a Ukrainian soldier being shot dead, allegedly by the Russian troops. Meanwhile, the Russian president called up Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh yesterday evening, explaining the evolving situation in Crimea.
Columns after columns of Ukrainian armor and troops headed towards Crimea. Tension in the peninsula at an all-time high after the reported death of an Ukrainian soldier, the first in the current conflict. The dramatic escalation in the crisis, reflected by Ukrainian orders to open fire in self-defense, echoed by the political leadership in Kyiv, who are now openly warning of an impending war.
Те, що стосується зараз конфлікту, який є, він переходить з політичної у військову стадію з вини російських військових.
The Russian president was meanwhile welcomed by a delirious crowd at the Red Square, a symbol of Russian power, immediately after he signed a treaty to make Crimea part of the Russia again, unmindful of the sanctions imposed by the West and a threat of more action.
После тяжелого, длительного, изнурительного плавания Крым и Севастополь возвращаются в родную гавань.
America, stumped by the Russian action, is in a diplomatic overdrive, with both Vice President Joe Biden and Secretary of State John Kerry visiting East European countries, trying to assure them they won't be next in Russia's list.
I want to make it absolutely clear what it means to the Estonian people and all the people of the Baltics. President Obama and I view Article 5 of NATO Treaty as an absolutely solemn commitment which we will honor.
White House has already made it clear that it will not recognize annexation of Crimea by Russia. The entire Western bloc has condemned the treaty, and a G7 and EU crisis meeting has been called for next week in The Hague. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.